let this be.
Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share. And ladies and gentlemen, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. You watching me right now, or you hear me on a regular podcast, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you do that. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. It is December 31st, New Year's Eve. Everybody be safe out there. If you're going to do your little turn up, make sure it's a safe turn up. Wifey and I definitely be doing our safe turn up this evening. We got college football coming on today. We got women's basketball coming on Thursday. It is going down. And I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Follow me on Twitter at Gamecocks Talk. Follow me on Instagram at Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. And wherever you get your podcast, you can find your man, Captain Will. We got to go with today, y'all. I said we got a good one today, y'all. We are talking about, we're going to analyze, the success, the strengths, the weaknesses over the 13-game schedule that we've already accomplished, 12-1. Number 2 in AP poll, number 2 in the net ranking. But we also going to talk about, do a deep dive into some treacherous games on the upcoming schedule for the South Carolina women's basketball team, the three-time national champions. Oh, it's going down, y'all. It's going down. South Carolina is having a phenomenal year. Are we undefeated? No. But it's not being about undefeated. It's not. We had to slip up against UCLA. We did. They beat us, and they beat us handily. It's nothing more I can say about that. We lost that basketball game. We didn't play well. They played well, and they won the basketball game. But for the totality of 13 basketball games for the South Carolina women's basketball team, head coach of the Dawn Staley, we have some signature wins. We can talk about the victory over Michigan in Las Vegas. We can discuss the 14-point victory over North Carolina State. We can talk about a 40-point victory over Iowa State. We could talk about all those victories. We could discuss about the 11-point victory over the Duke Blue Devils, a blowout victory of 33 points over TCU. All those things could be talked about. The dominant start by South Carolina is on trend of what Carolina's been doing for multiple years. And the key players for this basketball team, because every year is different. Every year you're going to have some type of 2 to 3, 4 potentially key players on any basketball team where we can see that they are the cream of the crop of the team, and will, in all intents and purposes, lead this team to a victory. And the key players, the key components of this basketball game through 13 games is Tahina Papau, no secret, no shock whatsoever. Ashlyn Watkins, that's a bit of a shock because especially what was going on, during the offseason. And then number 3, Chloe Kitts. Now I can name a multitude of other players. I can say Tessa Johnson. I can say Sania Feagin. I can say Joyce Edwards. I can say a lot of people. Bree Hall. I can name so many players on this basketball team that are playing outstanding. But in particular, those 3 players and the contributions that they have done to highlight this impressive record. Tahina Papau is the epitome of smooth. But don't let the smooth taste fool you by one Oceanside Pow. Don't do that, because Pow is the type player, and we seeing her play, because Dawn starts two guards. We all know that. She starts two guards. But Pow is becoming the type player now who is handling the ball more often than not. She's averaging 25 minutes per game. She's averaging 11 points, leading the team. She's averaging 2 rebounds, about 3 assists, 1 steal, playing great basketball. Okay, she has a field goal percentage of 48%. It has a shooting the 3 at 42%. All those numbers are great, but what number is not counted is, 1, she's averaging less than 1 turnover, and 2, she's playing very good defense. Pow's contribution to South Carolina this year is almost unmeasured. It really is. It really is. And we better hold on tight to what we're feeling with Te-Hina Pow before she goes to the W. Because sometimes I think we forget how good she actually is. Chloe Kitts put in so much work over the summer, and she has grown so much as a player. And her contributions on this basketball team is immeasurable as well. She's averaging 8 rebounds, which leads this team in rebounding. And what's cool with those 8 rebounds, she's only averaging 19 minutes per game. That's it. Chloe is averaging 19 minutes per game, averaging 9 points, 8 rebounds. Chloe Kitts, ladies and gentlemen, has arrived. Her 84% from the free throw line, her 51% from the field are all career highs for her. Almost averaging a double-double in less than 20 minutes per basketball game is essentially unreal. But Chloe Kitts is doing that, and she's doing it very, very effectively. SEC play is starting on Thursday, and I expect the turn up to be real for one Chloe Kitts. I can't wait for it. And finally, you're talking about Ashlyn Watkins, who's averaging 20 minutes per game, who's averaging 8 points, who's averaging 6 rebounds, 2 block shots per basketball game. Ashlyn Watkins is playing how we thought she was going to play. 54% from the field, stellar defense by Chloe and Watkins. All 3 players that I mentioned are very good defensive players. Watkins is an elite defensive player. That trio through 13 basketball games is a reason why we are 12-1. It's going to be a reason why we win so many games in the conference this season. It's going to be a reason why we win so many games in the SEC tournament and then finally the NCAA tournament. It's those reasons, but many, many more as well. There's so much anticipation for this upcoming schedule, this SEC schedule. So much, not necessarily for Thursday, even though Thursday is a huge game. Every conference game is a huge game, regardless if you're playing the top in the conference or you playing the bottom conference, because all the conference games matter. Okay, so we have Missouri on deck on Thursday night. They on deck. It's an away game. And there's been several times where I just was so upset with a Missouri basketball team because of their style of play. They're 11-4. The game comes on at 7 o'clock on the SEC network. And then we have Mississippi State at 1400, 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday. But I'm talking about, and I can't skip over, Texas A&M on January 9th, but I'm talking about 5 games. I'm talking about 5 games, a 5-game stretch where South Carolina will play all top 25 teams. I'm talking about a 5-game stretch where South Carolina will play 5 games against teams in the top 19, starting January the 12th against Texas at home. Oh, yeah. Currently, Texas is ranked number 5. Then after that, on Thursday, we play Alabama at Alabama. Alabama's ranked 19th currently. Then we got Oklahoma at the crib. We got at the crib, South Carolina, Colonial Life Arena. Oklahoma's currently ranked 9th. And then, oh, yeah, the matchup that we all been waiting for. Oh, Warren, and I'm talking about South Carolina fans and LSU fans. LSU is currently ranked number 6 in the nation, and we play them January 23rd at Colonial Life Arena, 8 o'clock, prime time on ESPN. That is the most anticipated game, in my humble opinion, of the year. But that ain't it, y'all. Because then after that big game versus LSU, we play Tennessee, who is currently ranked 15th in the country. And we play Tennessee at Tennessee on a Monday night at 7 o'clock p.m. Those are challenges for this South Carolina women's basketball team that we have to address. Those are challenges that we have to overcome. If we are talking about South Carolina and overcoming these challenges, South Carolina's been known for the defense for many years, and South Carolina is still known for the defense. South Carolina is right now, even with the number 1 strength of schedule, is a top 10, top 12 ranked defense in terms of defensive rating. It is a strength. It is something that we stand on business with. It is the backbone of the South Carolina basketball team. It is, and it always will be. Those are the facts. And when you have a lineup, because the starting lineup for the South Carolina women's basketball team was such a buzzword early in the season because they're trying to figure out rotations and players going off the slow starts and want to make recommendations to remove players from the starting lineup, and I was one of them too. I was, but what we as media and what we as fans and fams, what we sometimes don't take into account is the defensive abilities of the starting lineup. So the starting lineup with Raven, Powell, Breezy, Chloe, and Feagin are all exceptional defensive players. We discussed how, early in the season, sometimes later in the season, we've had some slow starts in the first quarter. And that is so true. So true. But it's not on the defense. That's on the offense. Raven Johnson is a wonderful perimeter defender. Pow is a very good perimeter defender. Bree Hall is playing the best defense she's played in a South Carolina uniform. Chloe Kiss is top 2 on this basketball team in terms of defensive rating. Sania Feagin's weakness has become a strength this year. So that starting lineup is a problem defensively, especially when they are locked in and motivated. And I say locked in and motivated because we've seen a couple of games throughout this season where the girls was not locked in, the girls was not motivated, and we're going through the motions. Every team goes through those things, be it basketball, football, boxing, UFC, whatever the case it is. Teams go through the evens and flows of being motivated and locked in for an opponent, especially when they are head and shoulders better than this opponent. But we also have players like Ashlyn Watkins, who comes off the bench, who's the best defender in the SEC. We have players like a Joyce Edwards, whose defense has blossomed into being really good. You have Maddy McDaniel, who can ball out and play defense. You have Tessa Johnson with her length and her size. You have MiLaysia Fulwiley, who can play defense very well on the perimeter. Defense is going to be the reason we cut down the nets this year. I know our offense is good. I know we can shoot the basketball. I know that there's been some commonality in the posts, and now you see Ashlyn Watkins getting the ball where she wants it and finishing easy. You see Joyce Edwards commanding space and finishing down low. You see Chloe Kitts and Sania Feagin taking it to the basket. You see all those things. Not worried about the inside play. Early in the season, I was, but not anymore. I'm not interested in that anymore. We 12-1. We have the number 1 ranked strength of schedule. Bring on all comers. Those things don't matter as much as it did early in the season when we was trying to figure it out. But I say that the defense is going to lead us to a championship, but let's not forget that this offense is starting to hit on some cylinders now. Carolina is top 10 in offensive efficiency. Okay? So we have some players on this basketball team who are playing so well on the offensive end. The second leading scorer on this team is Joyce Edwards, the number 3 ranked player in the class of 2024, who's averaging, 10 points, 11 points in 20 minutes of play. Okay? 5 rebounds. She's shooting 82% from the free throw line. She's shooting 52% from the field, and is only going to get better and better and better. Tessa Johnson shooting 42% from the 3, and this is after going 2 for 8 in the previous game. Those are crazy numbers. Bree Hall shooting 43% from 3 right now. Currently, as it's stated right now, the South Carolina women's basketball team leading 3-point shooter is Bree Hall. Breezy shooting 43%. Tessa shooting 42%. Pow shooting 42%. Those are exceptional numbers by those players. The reliance on a balanced scoring attack for this South Carolina team that shows their depth every single game is unlike anybody else. You got Pow averaging 11 points, Joyce 11 points, Fulwiley with 10, Chloe with 9, Tessa with 9, Watkins with 8, Feagin with 7, Breezy with 7, Raven with 5, Maddy with 5. Power 25 minutes, Joyce 20 minutes, Fulwiley 18 minutes, Chloe 19 minutes, Tessa 21 minutes. Tessa averaging 21 minutes a game off the bench. Watkins 20 minutes, Sania Feagin with 16 minutes per game, Breezy 21, Raven 23, Maddy 17. Balanced scoring attack means so many players getting a chance, getting an opportunity to be great. All the players I just mentioned, every single one of them are 5-star recruits. All the players that I mentioned, every single one of them is or would have been a McDonald's All-American. Tahina Pow, that was during COVID. They didn't have a McDonald's All-American game. She would have been on there. Chloe Kitts, she would have been on there also if she didn't elect to graduate early and go to the South Carolina women's basketball team. Everybody else, McDonald's All-Americans, everybody else, 5-star recruits. Balance, y'all. Balance. Unlike anyone else, very, in Dawn Staley words, uncommon. The experience and the leadership on this basketball team is layered. It's really layered because you have Powell, who's in for a 5th year, who saw it at Oregon and now is seen in South Carolina. And you have Breezy, and you have Raven and Sania Feagin, who all came in at the same time. Raven is a redshirt junior, and Breezy and Feagin are seniors. You got Dauda, who transferred in for Arkansas, still getting used. It takes time. Getting used to not playing the Arkansas way, but play the South Carolina way. We have a lot of players who's been there, done that, got multiple championships. Sakima Walker, unsung hero in this basketball team in her 5th year. Started at Rutgers with the JC route, came to South Carolina. Unsung hero. Leadership experience is quantified with how you deal with adversity and how you handle pressure in situations that just makes you uncomfortable. I don't think there's a situation that Raven, Breezy, or Feagin have not seen before. I don't think there's a situation where Tahina Paopao has not seen. I don't think there's any situation where those players can lean on the younger players, the Joyce Edwards, whose leadership and who I should say her experience, and I'm talking about multiple, Team USA, international experience, Chloe with Team USA international experience. This is a very seasoned basketball team and is layered with great players from top to bottom, but with different levels of experience and success. All those things are going to help during this SEC play. Now, we talk about that 5-game stretch where we will talk about more and more in depth at a later time, but we talk about that 5-game stretch and some of the weaknesses that South Carolina gonna have to deal with. Because this ain't all pig feet and sweet tea. It ain't all, rainbows and sunshine. It ain't all that for South Carolina. There's some things that sticks out that we still have to improve on in SEC play. So one of the things that was a huge weakness for South Carolina is free throw shooting. Well, that's not a weakness no more for Carolina. It's not. Our free throw shooting is on point. Over the last few basketball games, we're shooting over 80%. We are shooting. Joyce Edwards finally missed a free throw. She was 17 for 17. Missed a free throw. But we have to improve on guarding the 3-point line. That is, we have to. We are still giving up too many open looks to 3-point shooters. Sometimes they're going to go in, sometimes they're not going to go in. We have to get better in offensive rebounding. And I say that because this right here. Chloe Kitts is our best offensive rebounder. When Chloe Kitts is not in the basketball game, we tend to suffer on the rebounding end. It's kind of crazy to say that, but those are the truths. She's our best offensive rebounder. She's our best rebounder, and she plays 19 minutes per basketball game. If Chloe is not in the game in terms of offensive rebound, I'm always going to harp up on offensive rebound because that gives us an opportunity for second chance baskets. If she's not in the game getting those offensive rebounds, We have to have either Joyce Edwards or Ashlyn Watkins stepping up to get those offensive boards and not necessarily just looking out to run and create a fast break. One of the best rebounders on the team is Raven Johnson. I don't want Raven Johnson being our second, or let's say our third or fourth best rebounder on this basketball team. I don't want those things to occur. But offensive rebounding needs to improve in order for this team to get to the championship. We are getting more assists. The turnovers are still low. That is great. The pace of play for this team is much slower than it was last year's team. We are playing at a different level. It's only about a 3 to 4 possession difference, but it's also that 3 or 4 possession difference is the difference in possibly 9 to 12 points or no points. I would love for our team to increase the pace of play. I would. There's areas of improvement. There are areas of improvement for this team as we look forward to actually, getting that ring. The matchup that I'm most looking forward to, obviously, is LSU. I am, but not because of the aura that surrounds this matchup. It's real talk. You're talking about multiple WNBA prospects playing against each other. LSU is not as deep as South Carolina. We got that. We know that. We do. But their top 3 of Anissa Morrow, Michaela Williams, Flage, is top tier. It's top tier. Have they found a replacement for Angel Reese? No, they have not. They have not. But those 3 players are sensational. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking at I can only imagine how many WNBA scouts are going to be at that basketball game. Because you those 3 on LSU side, then on Carolina side, I mean Tahina for sure. Feagin, possibly. Breezy, possibly. Raven, possibly. Then you go to the junior year, you talk about Chloe for sure. Ashlyn Watkins, for sure. There are a lot of different players going to be at the Colonial Life Arena on January 23rd, looking to make their mark in front of WNBA general managers and scouts. Huge game. I want to see that Tennessee game. I want to see that Tennessee game. And I want to see that Tennessee game because the way they play. The way they play. Fast, 3-3-3. I want to see how they defend us because they don't play no defense. Now, I just spoke about South Carolina defending 3 better. Now, Tennessee shoot a ton of threes, not don't necessarily shoot a great percentage, but they shoot a ton of 3-pointers. That's going to be an intriguing game for me. Intriguing. Each game during that 5-game stretch is so important. So important for SEC play because we're going to be beating each other up. The SEC is the best conference in the country. We're going to be beating each other up multiple times a week. It's must-see TV because as we talk about Texas playing Carolina, Texas got their own schedule dilemmas. LSU got their own schedule dilemmas, especially they ain't played no one just yet. They got their own things to worry about. The importance of each game in SEC play is huge. Huge. The strengths and the weaknesses of this basketball team sets us up to have a successful, and when I say successful, either a undefeated SEC schedule or possibly one loss. That's success with South Carolina. Now, we would all like to go undefeated in SEC play and continue that long winning streak that we have. But the predictions for undefeated season in SEC play is tough. It's tough. We get through that stretch of 5 games, and we are still undefeated. You talk about a Texas again, February the 9th, and then you got an Ole Miss, February 27th, and you got Kentucky. That 5-game stretch is vital for us winning the regular season title at the University of South Carolina. It is. And I encourage everybody who's listening to me. I mean, what do you think? Put it in the comments. Let me know how you feel. Share your predictions. What do you think we're going to go in that 5-game stretch? Where do you think we're going to finish? And this is for everyone. And take the Gamecock hat off, you know what I'm saying? And try to see it through the eyes of the other teams. But where do you see this Gamecock team being during that 5-game stretch and holistically beat through the whole SEC schedule? Because this is about to go down. Until next time, this concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now rocking with the best. And since you are rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go.